Hello class, my name is Mikhail Hoffman, and today I want to talk about something I believe defines every great leader, the ability to build confidence in others. I chose to highlight Jay-Z because I feel like his journey represents leadership, rising from struggle, believing in himself, having a vision, then using confidence to build up others around him. Leadership isn't about being the loudest person in the room, it's more about being the person that helps other people find their voice. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a few lines from this song called God Did that Jay-Z has a verse on that was quite controversial. It was covered on MSNBC because it was so good. They had a breakdown. Here we go. Please, Lord, forgive me for what the stove did. Nobody touched the Billy until Hove did. How many billionaires can come from Hove's crib? I count 3, me, Ye, and Ree. Bronze or rock boys, so 4 technically. When I first heard this, I thought it was a little braggy, but after further thought, I was like, oh wow, like that's real leadership. Like he starts with humility, remembering where he came from, and then like shifts to legacy. He's proud because others became great too. That's what real leadership looks like, in my opinion, turning personal confidence into community confidence. It's what happens when someone believes in their vision so strongly, they inspire other people to believe in theirs as well. The first 2 lines, Jay-Z displays some real confidence. Please, Lord, forgive me for what the stove did, acknowledges the past, the survival, the mistakes. Ultimately, he's dealing with the pressures to make something out of nothing. Then he follows it up with nobody touched a Billy until Hove did. And that's confidence. He broke barriers basically that didn't even have doors. He's the first billionaire rapper. All right, so confidence is self-trust, and we can see Jay-Z has quite a bit of confidence here. In 1988, this is 6 years before his first album dropped, and he has all that jewelry. So I'm pretty sure he's a fairly confident guy. And that's how we all should be. We should all be very confident, just full of self-trust. Confidence is self-trust. It's knowing even when things aren't perfect, you can still move forward. Trust you're gonna figure it out. As leaders, whether we're supervising a team, mentoring students, or working in social services, people take emotional cues from us. So if we hesitate, they hesitate. If we're grounded, they feel safe to take action. Confidence creates a calm foundation where growth can happen. All right, and then once you got all that self-trust built up inside, it's time to give it all away. Great leaders don't hoard confidence, they transfer it. They make others feel capable, seen, and trusted. This is done by creating a safe space for people to take risks, by praising progress instead of perfection, and by giving others a chance to lead. In Jay-Z's sake, in all of his songs when he's featured with like Kanye or Rihanna, he shouts them out at the top of the song like they're the greatest, building their confidence. So if the greatest is telling you you're the greatest, your confidence is obviously going to be pretty high, right? Some people just need to hear it. They need to hear, I believe you can handle this. And that might change how they see themselves. All right, so let's go back to what Jay-Z said about how many billionaires can come from Hove's crib. I count 3, me, Ye, and Ree. That's a really good rap line. It also shows the scoreboard of impact. He's proud because the people he once mentored became moguls themselves. And then look at Rihanna. She gives away tens of millions of dollars to support higher education. Jay-Z's notorious for supporting rappers and paying off their legal fees and things like that. So they still give back to the community. Yeah, Jay-Z, he didn't just make music, he made room. He built platforms, offered guidance. He handed people the confidence to create their own empires. And that's what leadership looks like when it's rooted in empowerment. Success, then it multiplies instead of it's competing against each other. And I feel like we should transfer that over to social work. Just try to empower more people to build instead of try to compete with each other and break each other down. And that same ripple shows up in another modern example, LeBron James. Just like Jay-Z, LeBron used his influence to turn his friendships into leadership. Bronze or rock boys, so 4 technically. I love that line because it shows how far real leadership can reach. LeBron James isn't a musician, he's an athlete. Star basketball player on the Lakers. He's part of that same circle of confidence that Jay-Z created. When he got drafted to the league, he was on one of Jay-Z's like street ball teams, like a celebrity street ball team, and he became a rock boy there. And since then, LeBron has built his own version of Hov's crib. He took the people he grew up with and turned them into executives, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. His friends Maverick Carter became a media powerhouse. He has a production company. Rich Paul became one of the most respected agents in sports. And then Randy Mims, he runs the operations for the Lakers. So that's what confidence does when it's shared. It multiplies. LeBron didn't just invest in his friends, he believed in them. And that belief turned loyalty into legacy. So when we talk about leadership, it's not just about individual success, it's about creating systems of belief. That's how confidence turns into culture and culture turns into community. Okay, when Jay-Z asked how many billionaires can come from Hov's crib, do you think he was talking about money? He was talking about impact. His confidence inspired others to build their own empires, and those leaders now influence industries, cultures, and opportunity. LeBron carried that same mindset from the court into his community. LeBron built a school, so one of the people Jay-Z mentored has his own school. So LeBron has a school out in Ohio that he created, a place where confidence starts early, where kids from under-resourced backgrounds learn to believe in themselves, their education, and their future, which I believe is very important for the community, for the people of color. That's the ripple effect of leadership. Jay-Z built platforms for artists, LeBron built classrooms for families. Both show that when leaders invest belief into people, communities transform. Confidence spreads like light. It starts with one leader, but it keeps expanding through everyone they touch. And that's exactly what we're called to do as social workers. Take what we've learned about belief, empowerment, and trust and build communities where confidence can grow. So that same principle applies in social work. As future social workers, our job isn't to rescue people, it's to restore belief in their own strengths. We help individuals, families, communities remember that they already have the power to change their lives. Leadership in social work is about turning empathy into empowerment. Transforming, I'll help you into, you can do it. Every client we meet is another chance to build confidence. All right, and here's my challenge for all of us. Look for that quiet voice in the room, the person who hesitates to speak, or the client who doesn't see their own progress, and remind them of their strengths. Acknowledge their effort, because you never know, that one moment of belief could spark that to change their entire story. That's leadership, that's social work, and that's how we build a world where everyone gets a chance to win. Jay-Z turned his belief into legacy. LeBron turned his confidence into community. And we, as future social workers, can turn compassion into confidence for the people we serve. So when we leave here today, remember, your calm, your belief, and your encouragement might be the light that helps someone else find theirs. Leaders don't create followers, they create leaders. Thank you.